everyone. Welcome to day one of the plank challenge. All right, so our biggest goal with this plank challenge is to help you understand that our bodies are different and they are unique, and we are all in different places, different stages of life. We have different bodies, they work differently, but then also to give you variety. So not necessarily making things easy, making things harder, but giving yourself a wide variety of ways that you can move, ways that you can challenge your body, because our bodies love that. They live on it, they thrive on it, to be challenged and stimulated in different ways. And this helps with a couple different things. It helps prevent or reduce the risk of injury. It helps keep you engaged and keep you from getting bored with your exercise program, which means you keep coming back for more, which means you stay consistent for life rather than a fad exercise program, fad diet. And all of these things is just gonna help keep you healthy, maintain, and the variety also increases calorie burn, which is awesome, because how many exercise programs have you worked at and you've started and you've made huge gains in the very beginning, but then you start to plateau? And a lot of times that's because it starts becoming the same and the same routine, and our body's not stimulated with just the very subtle tweaks that we are going to teach you over these 5 days of tiny little modifications to the plank that don't seem big, but they make big impact in your body and how you move, how you feel, and how you look. So here we go. Today we are doing 9 different planks, and today, because we're starting off, we're day one, we're going to go very standard with your basic planks that you are used to. So we are going to start with the standard plank on your hands and your toes. And with this, you want your hands right underneath your shoulders. You know, we're not sinking back. We want our backs nice and flat, so no tucked, sticking out butts, no sagging backs, nice and strong. Tuck that bottom real strong, kind of squeeze your butt cheeks. That's going to help keep you strong. Watch that you're not pushing out your belly, that you're drawing that in. So that is your standard plank on hands and toes. You can hold this for 30 seconds. You can hold this for a minute. Challenge yourself. All right, now that might be a little much for you, and that's okay, or you might just want a different challenge, and sometimes this isn't necessarily the easier option. But the plank from the hands and knees. And what this allows is your ability to modify. So you could even just be more like in an all fours, 90-degree position here, or you can challenge yourself. So the more that you creep those knees out and the longer lever that you have here, the harder it's going to be. So even this, if you are used to doing planks, this position can give you a huge challenge. So again, you can hold this position for 30 seconds to a minute. All right, now we're gonna go down onto your elbows and toes. So personally, I think the elbows is harder a lot of times. So same thing, we're gonna hold it. We're not sagging our back, we're keeping nice and strong. Elbows right underneath our shoulders, toes are straight, back is nice and flat. And again, we're just gonna hold it here. 30 seconds to a minute, you do what you can do. Then, or if you can do that for a little bit, go all the way up onto your toes, and then say maybe you get tired, but you're like, I still have a little bit more in me, go ahead and drop to your knees. And again, the closer that your knees are, you can still get a good ab workout if you really focus on that drawing in. It's not gonna be quite as much as when your knees are a little creeped out away from your body. Again, that longer lever is going to make the abs work way harder. Okay, now we're gonna go just straight onto all fours. I'm gonna curl my toes underneath me, so I'm about 90 degrees at my hips. And all I'm gonna do is, and I like to do this one with people who are struggling with any abdominal pooching. If you're feeling that doming when you plank, then this is a really good starting position for you. If you've recently had a baby, maybe recently, maybe not even recently, and you're experiencing that gap that's called the diastasis, this is a great modification for you. But even if you don't have those issues, this is really challenging either way. So curl your toes underneath and you're just lifting like 2 inches off the floor and hovering. And again, we're drawing that belly in, we're not sagging, we're just nice and drawn in. You're gonna feel the quad burn, abs, shoulders, and you can either hold this or we can do little pulses up and down slowly. You could even alternate knee, one knee, one knee. And that's just little challenges to this. And your knees, your quads, your abs will burn. Okay, now we're gonna go into a side plank. So we're gonna go from the hands and the toes. So again, your standard plank all the way up. And you can choose if you wanna have your feet right on top of each other or if you wanna cross. I personally prefer a little cross. So all the way up, your shoulder is in a nice straight line. You can raise that arm up a little bit if you want. You can put it here at your hip. Now again, you can hold this 30 seconds to a minute. You do what you can do. Now that might be challenging, and if you have shoulder trouble, that might not be the best option for you. The biggest key is though pushing into the ground and lifting that shoulder up so it doesn't put a lot of stress onto your shoulder. But if that's too much, drop it down to your knees and watch that your body's in a nice straight line, tucking those knees right behind you. And again, we're gonna stay from our hand for now, and then we lift from here. So again, we're working those outer abs. We can put the hand up, and now we can hold it 30 seconds to a minute and just challenge ourselves from this position and just get a nice hold. All right, then we can go down to our elbow and up onto our toes. Again, feet can be stacked, feet can be crossed. And again, we are going to lift and hold it here. And another just little tweak, sometimes this might hurt your knee, and if it does, you can even drop one knee and have one leg out straight, totally up to you. So now again, you hold this, you go as long as you can. If you can do it for a little bit, and then you're like, all right, I wanna go longer, but I can't do anymore. My body's not ready for it. Then again, you drop to your knees, nice straight line, tuck those knees behind you, elbow, shoulder, nice straight line. And again, we lift, we hold, we can have the arm up, we can have it here at our hips. And again, then you hold it 30 seconds, a minute, you get to choose, you just go as long as you can. If you need to every once in a while, it's okay to support yourself with this hand. Give yourself just that little support. Your shoulder can get really tired in this position, and that's okay. All right, so give yourself that support. There's no shame and nothing wrong with that. All right, thank you for joining me for day one. That is 9 planks. So if you do all those 30 seconds to a minute, you just got yourself a really good core workout. Do that on both sides, and you just rocked your core. So again, meet your body where it is and give yourself grace, let yourself drop, give yourself that variety, and you will notice a huge difference in how your body looks, moves, and feels. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me for day one, and I will see you back tomorrow for day 2 for more exciting planks.